Football is a sport that is loved and followed by millions of people around the world. It is a game that brings people together and has the power to unite and inspire. But for some, the love of the game has turned into a dark obsession. In the quest to win at all costs, some have resorted to using black magic and other supernatural means to try and gain an advantage over their opponent. But what exactly is black magic? How does it work? And what are its effects? And more importantly, is there any evidence that it has actually been used in football? Hello and welcome to our channel. Black magic and JUJU are terms that are used to describe a wide range of supernatural practices that are believed to have the power to bring about negative consequences or harm. These practices are often associated with rituals, spells, and the use of supernatural objects or substances, and are believed to be able to influence events and control the actions of others. The origins of black magic and JUJU can be traced back to the ancient cultures around the world, and these practices have been a part of many different societies throughout history. However, the specific beliefs and practices associated with black magic and JUJU vary widely depending on the culture and context in which they are found. One common belief about black magic and JUJU is that they are used to bring about harm or negative consequences to others. However, not everyone believes in the power of black magic and JUJU. Some people view these practices as superstitious beliefs that have no basis in reality and argue that any negative consequences that may occur are simply the result of coincidence or natural causes. There have been numerous cases in which players, coaches, and even entire teams have been accused of using black magic and JUJU to try and sway the outcome of a match. For decades, several African teams have reportedly kept Sangomas on the payroll as special advisors who would give spiritual guidance or empower their players with magic powers. A famous case happened in 1974 when Zaire, now called DRC, traveled to Germany for the World Cup with a team of Sangomas. And for the record, Sangomas is a South African term for traditional healer. So, Zaire were making their first appearance at the tournament and wanted a lasting impression. How the Sangomas helped the team is unknown, because the Leopards lost all three group matches by a combined scoreline of 14-0. Similar incidents were recorded in the following years, and the use of JUJU became part of football on the continent. With the game intensely linked with black magic instead of hard work and development, the African Football Confederation banned traditional healers from associating with teams. The move was made during the run-up to the 2010 World Cup in South Africa and was deemed an official attempt to separate football and black magic. But just a month before the tournament, around 300 Sangomas sacrificed an ox at Soccer City Stadium in a traditional good luck ceremony. They claimed that they invoked the spirits of African ancestors to usher in their wisdom and energy in setting the scene of what was to follow. Let's take a look at the most recent cases of black magic in football. Prior to the 2022 World Cup, French journalists in an article that has went viral around the world were saying that most Cameroonian footballers rushed to remote villages in the depths of the Equatorial Forest in search of and to meet traditional healers. Furthermore, the journalists added that in the land of the indomitable lions, one does not joke with witchcraft or JUJU, even when it requires certain practices which could shock the general public. And of course, these allegations do not sit well with the boss of the Cameroonian Football Federation, Mr. Samuel Eto'o, because he made a statement saying that these remarks are defamatory with rather dubious sources, which further discredit the media and the journalists in question. In any case, the football legend formally denied the content of this article and challenges all RFI journalists to prove the veracity of what they say. Now, some might say that this was your typical he said, she said, but let's analyze Cameroon's 3 games in the World Cup, shall we? In game number 1, they played against Switzerland and lost 1-0. It's worth mentioning that the only goal scored was by Bril Embolo, a Cameroon-born Swiss international who didn't even celebrate. In game 2, Cameroon played against Serbia. The Serbs had a comfortable 3-1 lead until the 63rd minute when Cameroon striker Abubakar scored a goal which was firstly deemed offside, but was then overturned by VAR. And he topped it off with a simple but weird celebration. 3 minutes later, similar situation. Abubakar again is in what seems to be offside position, but the goal stands and Cameroon leveled the game and it ends in a draw. In game 3, Cameroon beat Brazil 1-0 and the goal was scored in additional time of the second half by, yes, you guessed it, Abubakar, making Cameroon the first African side to beat Brazil in a World Cup tournament. Now, due to the way Cameroon played in Game 2 and Game 3, did Abubakar and the Cameroon squad achieve this by seeking help from traditional helpers and private healers? Also, due to the fact that Embolo was born in Cameroon, is this a common act for Cameroonians or no? I'll leave that up to you. Share your thoughts in the comment section. Another case regarding the 2022 World Cup was when Nigerian defender Leon Balogun alleged that Ghana may have used JUJU to stop them from qualifying for the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. Balogun told The Beautiful Game, and I quote, "We did go to Ghana to play the first leg and it was a tough game. You know, there was this whole fuss about them changing the stadium at the last minute. It was tough for us. I can't lie. It was really tough and we ended up playing 0-0. Yeah, he might sound like a sore loser finding an excuse for not qualifying. But then again, with this video of Ghanaian international Andre Ayew before a game spraying some unknown powder on the pitch, you never know. And let's be clear, Nigeria and Nigerian fans have also had their fair share of JUJU accusations. Most recently, at the 2018 World Cup in Russia, a story broke out of a Nigerian fan who was stopped from taking a live chicken into the stadium. The report described the incident as another case of JUJU, but the Nigerian football supporters just dismissed it as fake. So yeah, we'll leave that for you to decide. The next case happened in a match between Zambia and Senegal for the African nation. Zambia was up 2-0. When, in the 57th minute, the Senegalese player Ndiaye is seen removing what seems to be a dead animal from his socks and throwing it to the Zambian goal. Of course, the Zambian players protested and the match was stopped for a while, but then the ref took control of the game and Zambia still won 2-0. Well, it didn't affect the result. But what exactly is the logical explanation for this act? Now, moving on to the last case that we will talk about. It happened in 2016 in Rwanda in a match between Mukura Victory and Rayon Sports, when forward Musa Kamara, who plays for Mukura Victory, missed a chance by hitting the crossbar. Yeah, up until now everything normal, he was visibly upset and that's it. But moments later, he runs to his opponent's goal and does something suspicious. And then he gets chased by the goalie and some defenders all the way to his bench where he is seen handing something to a teammate of his. This happened in additional time of the first half. It caused a big commotion and he received a yellow card for it. The first half ended and everything seemed to be normal. But 7 minutes into the second half, boom, he scores an equalizer. This equalizer resulted from the play similar to the one that he had missed before the suspicious activity. Yeah, I mean, the whole game was just full of weird activities from both sides, the ball boys, some fans, and even the police had to get involved. In conclusion, the topic of black magic and juju in football is a controversial and often misunderstood one. While some people believe in the power of these practices to influence the outcome of a match, others view them as superstitious beliefs with no basis in reality. Whether or not you believe in the power of black magic and juju, it is important to approach this topic with an open mind and to be cautious about blindly accepting or rejecting these claims without careful consideration. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more entertaining and interesting videos.